Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Under more pressure over his handling of historical child abuse allegations, the Met Police Chief, Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, has called in a former High Court judge to examine the way the force has dealt with allegations against public figures. There's been heavy criticism of the investigation into claims against the former head of the Army, Lord Bramall, whose house was raided by 22 officers in the presence of his terminally ill wife. Lord Bramall has been told he will face no action over the allegations. Here's our senior Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel.
Recent days have provided an uncomfortable ride for the country's most senior police officer. The headlines have grown ever more strident over the Met's handling of two investigations, one which focused on the former Home Secretary Leon Brittan, and the other which targeted, amongst others, the former Army Chief Lord Bramall, on the right, now 91 years old. Neither faced arrest or prosecution, yet their names have remained linked to historic sex abuse allegations, and that has led to an establishment furore. Today, the Met Commissioner announced an independent review of his force's handling of such inquiries.
What it's a sign of is that there's been a lot of public concern. I mean, the newspapers have been full of criticism over the last few days and last few weeks. I've got things I need to be reassured about, as do the public. But equally, if the officers have done the right thing for the right reasons, surely we all need to understand that that's what's happened too.
The review will be carried out by retired High Court Judge Sir Richard Henriques. It's still to be agreed what investigations he will look at, but Operation Midland is a dead cert. It's still going 14 months on. It centres around one witness, known as Nick, having been launched with these reassuring words from the officer in charge.
I believe what Nick is saying to be credible and true, hence why we are investigating the allegations he has made to us.
He claimed to have witnessed 3 murders and been sexually abused by a Westminster-based paedophile ring made up of prominent public figures. Leon Brittan and Lord Bramall were among those named by Nick. Lady Brittan and the ex-Army Chief are still awaiting personal apologies.
Well, I can't apologise for carrying out an investigation into a serious allegation. That's our job. That's what we're here to do.
But the way
I've already expressed, as we have, regret about any distress that we've caused to him and his family. And I think a good next step is for Sir Richard to look into the concerns that Lord Bramall has expressed and others have expressed, and let's get to the bottom of whether they are things that, when we know all the facts, are valid. And if they are, let's acknowledge it. And if they're not, then let's say it.
That may not be as easy as it sounds, for Sir Richard's inquiry will have to examine the issues around a strategy where the victim should always be believed. Operation Midland has led to doubts.
I think another important point is that police officers know and are supported to know when to drop a case and not to continue to pursue a case when it's evident and obvious that it's not going to be able to proceed any further.
This latest inquiry will delay any possible apologies. The Commissioner may have one eye on public confidence, but the other may be on his desire to extend his term of office.
I've been getting away with it all my